Let's talk about immutability in JavaScript. Now, JavaScript numbers are by design 100% immutable. So what does immutable mean? Now, we kind of touched on this in the introduction of this course. We had mutable and immutable JavaScript. But let's go ahead and just say that we have a constant, and I'm going to say const immutable number equals, and we'll give it the value of 99. Now, let's create another variable, and we're going to call this the referenced number. And we're using the let keyword because we're going to reassign this. We're going to access that immutable number. So we're declaring 99 into a variable. We're initializing that constant variable with immutable number, called immutable number with a value of 99. And then we're assigning that value again to this new variable called reference number. Now, if I go ahead and say reference number equals 44, we can go ahead and then console log these out. So we'll say immutable number, and then underneath we'll go ahead and add the referenced number. So let's go ahead and save this and check the console. Now, this is something interesting to know, and JavaScript numbers, as well as strings and a few other primitives, also behave like this, and it's why they're called primitive values. Even though we are trying to reassign it, when we assign 99 to reference number and then replace reference number, we're not in fact touching this initial value of 99. 99 is never touched in this process. And this is by design because JavaScript numbers are copied via their value. And the keyword here is copied. They're not essentially referenced, but we're making it look like they're referenced. Now, if you're wondering whether this const keyword has anything to do with it, that would in fact be false. It has nothing to do with the fact that something could be treated as immutable. Now, the const keyword simply means that we cannot reassign the value. So here, if we tried, we'd see some nice errors. So that's what const does, and there's a big misconception that const actually gives us this immutable behavior. But we know that if you want to override something, use the let keyword and be sensible. Now, the final thing that I want you to remember is the numbers themselves. So the number 99, the number 44, they are not immutable themselves. It's the way that the number engine stores a number in the variable, the references or lack of references to them. It's the references, so our referenced number would get a reference copy of immutable number, and then we simply reassign it. Now, the major point here is that it doesn't affect the initial value, and that is why we consider it as immutable. For the same reason that if we decided to do something else, we could say our immutable number plus 3, we're not actually adding 3 to the initial number. 99 is never in fact touched. So we'll leave it as it is. We should hopefully understand a little bit more about how JavaScript built-in immutability works. And we'll take a bit more of a dive into this with objects and arrays as we continue, as these are not immutable by design. So hold on to this thought for now, and we'll explore it later, and you'll see the differences between passing by value and passing by a reference.